we're back to talk a little college football.
For Week 11's recap.
Oh, man, we're already up to Week 12. We're going to do some predictions for Week 12. Football season's almost...
At least the college is almost over.
The college football regular season, not the bowl games or the championship game. But the college football regular season is almost over. So we're gonna recap Week 11 again. We talk about the top 15 ranked teams. So we'll recap what happened in Week 11, and then we'll jump into Week 12 and give you some of our picks for the winners and losers in Week 12. Go ahead and start off with Week 11. We had number 1, Ohio State.
At the time,
was a 43.5-point favor over Maryland. Beat them by 59.
Oh,
that was a tough game to watch. That was horrid. Yeah. We had number 4 Penn State in the upset of the week,
Minnesota
taking on undefeated number 17 ranked.
The Gophers of
Golden Gophers of Minnesota beat them. I mean, just straight up 31-26, put them down. Big game, James.
Big game, James.
Yeah, did we call the upset of that? Did we call?
I think we did.
I think we actually picked Minnesota in that one. I think
it came off a game-sealing interception in the end zone.
Yep. So I mean, honestly, I watched the game. That was a really good game.
Minnesota is 9-0 for the first time since the 1910s.
Yeah.
Or 1900s or something.
That was way before my time, so that's a long time. We had number 10 Florida play Port Old Vanderbilt and beat them 56-0.
They really are one of the worst football teams in probably the nation.
They're a bad football team, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty bad. We had number 12 Baylor taking on TCU.
Edging it out in double OT.
TCU actually played a better game. TCU deserved the win. They just couldn't hang on. They were ahead most of the game and then just couldn't hang on at the end. So Baylor is still undefeated.
Undefeated Baylor.
Undefeated Baylor too. We got some unexpected undefeated teams left out there, like Minnesota and Baylor. So it's going to make it interesting for this home stretch, ain't it? We had number 2 LSU.
This is it. This is the game that I've wanted to get to ever since it ended.
Yeah, taking on number 3
Alabama.
Oh, I am not an LSU fan as per se, even though they're probably my favorite SEC West team. But I do not like Alabama. So, go Tigers. That was actually a really good game.
The Tigers from the boot.
It was really good. 46-41.
And really,
LSU.
it wasn't. It was really 46-34.
Yeah, there was a little trash at the last of it, a little 70-yard touchdown throw and a little stuff like that. But that made it interesting. But LSU outplayed them from the start
to finish. And Joe Burrow.
I told you, man, Joe Burrow is the best quarterback. We've been calling LSU the best team since what, week 2 or 3?
With how they've looked on offense,
they look like a team.
They look like a good team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I honestly...
I mean, Joe Cool, as I like to call him that game, he carved up Alabama's defense.
Yeah, he carved them up. And, I mean, running for touchdowns and then just get up and give out. I mean, it was just he was ice cold. He got ice water in his veins or something.
Not to take away from Tua Tagovailoa.
No, Tua is an awesome quarterback. I'm not saying he's a little injury prone. Maybe I don't know if he's injury prone, but he's had some injuries the past couple of years. But he's an awesome quarterback. He is a very good quarterback.
Yes,
and
he is.
He'll be in the NFL one of these days. But I still think Joe Burrow right now is having the best year
of the quarterbacks.
Of the quarterbacks that's out in the nation right now. Yeah. We'll go ahead and jump ahead, even though that was an awesome game. We had number 13 Wisconsin taking on number 18 Iowa. Wisconsin squeaked it out 24-22.
That was just a classic little slugfest from the Big Ten.
It's a Big Ten slobber knocker, yeah. And Wisconsin came out on top of it. We had number 6 Georgia taking on lowly Missouri, and Georgia still can't score a lot of points, but they won 27-0.
They should have beat them by more, in my opinion.
They should have beat them 45-0. Yeah, Georgia's struggling ever since they lost Chaney to Tennessee. Chaney being the offensive coordinator for Georgia, and now the offensive coordinator for Tennessee.
So there's clearly some holes on offense, but
Yeah.
misery.
Misery. It's the same word, dude. It's the same word. We had number 5 Clemson go to NC State 55-10.
Is that really a conference?
Nah,
it's like a punching bag conference.
It's just a punching bag. Yeah, there's one big bruiser up top, and then the rest of them are glass Joes. Just a ding, 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 and they're out. We had number 15 Notre Dame taking on Duke. Notre Dame won 38-7. Yeah, Duke's having a little bit of a down year ever since they lost Daniel Jones, so I think we had that one called too.
But Fighting Irish trying to get a big bowl game per se this year.
Mm-hmm. They still might get a New Year's game or one of the Super Bowls, So they're not a bad team. They're just not an elite team. We got number 9 Oklahoma took on Iowa State, and Oklahoma's struggling
defensively.
I mean, when you put up 42 points, you think, hey, you're probably going to win that game.
But when you think to yourself, this is the Big 12.
Yeah, you got a point there. There's not a lot of defense goes on out there.
Oklahoma's defense is the icing on that cake.
They gave up 41 points to Iowa State and only won 42-4.
Almost lost.
Almost lost again. So that was a little bit.
Although
of a
Jalen Hurts is a cheat code again.
Jalen Hurts in the Big 12 is not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair out there because there's no defenses. There's no defenses out there. All right, that's it. That was all the team. There was a bunch of byes the last 2 weeks. So it made the picking games a little short because there wasn't as many games going on.
But this week,
how many buys are there?
0.
0 buys. So there's some games to pick now. We will jump into week 12. And you know what? We have a new number 1 team. LSU
finally claims their reign as the top team in the SEC.
Oh,
and
trivia question for you. How many teams in the SEC have been ranked number 1 in the bowl series?
I'm going to take a random guess off the top of my head.
In the championship era.
4?
4. That is right.
Wow, I actually predicted that correctly.
We have Alabama, of course. We have Auburn. Of course, they won a national championship. Mississippi State.
They were a number 1 team.
Was ranked 1 when Dak was there. They were ranked number 1 for a short period. And now we have LSU. So we've had 4 teams ranked number 1 out of there, and LSU is definitely deserving. They're playing Ole Miss this week, and Ole Miss is having a little bit of a down year.
That is going to be brutal.
That's a 3-touchdown game, yeah.
The only thing
that they might,
had a high against Alabama. So
they might have a little bit of a letdown here. So I still think it's probably a 3-touchdown game, but don't be surprised if it goes under that. We've got number 2 now, Ohio State, and their tough, brutal schedule. They're playing Rutgers, favored by 52.
Rutgers.
It's a warm-up. It's a warm-up for the rest of their tough season. Man, they got some tough games coming up. Don't make fun of Ohio State's schedule. That's horrible. They're favored by 52. I don't know what to do with 52 points. They're probably going to beat them by 52. They won by 59 last week. And Rutgers is a 2-win team. Why is Rutgers in the Big Ten? Why is Maryland in the Big Ten?
I don't know. I don't know.
So you can have 2 easy wins. I don't know. I'll quit fussing at them. We got number 3 Clemson taking on Wake Forest. Wake Forest is not having a bad year. Clemson's still favored by 34 because that's how bad the ACC is this year. When a 7-win team is on the upside down to 34 points. Clemson probably beat them by 34 too.
Wake Forest needs to wake up and realize that they're not in the right game.
Yeah. And then we have number 4 Georgia. That's right. Georgia is up to number 4. Not sure how.
Not sure why.
But they're playing number 12, so we're going to take care of 2 of our top 15s right here. Number 4, taking on number 12, Auburn, in Auburn.
Auburn's had time to rest and prepare for this game.
Yeah. Georgia is favored by 3. So Georgia is the favorite team.
Do you think the Bulldogs...
I don't know which Auburn team is going to show up.
It's like picking a box of chocolates with Auburn.
Is this one yummy nougat or is this one like orange cream or something, Oh. So, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. You just got to bite into it and hope it tastes good. So, I'm going to probably pick Georgia. I mean, I don't know. But what do you think?
You want to pick? I think it's safe to pick the Georgia Bulldogs because of experience in like the big games this year.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me is Auburn is at home. But I don't know. We'll go ahead and lean on Georgia on that one. We'll jump on up to number 5. Number 5 now is Alabama.
Alabama.
Not in the playoff picture right now.
I feel like if there's like a one-loss conference champion, if there's like a bunch of them, that they may jump Alabama.
Well, see, LSU has to play Georgia probably for the SEC championship. So Georgia will probably get knocked out. I don't see them beating LSU. So Georgia will probably be out of the picture. We've already had one Big Ten team knocked out of the picture with Penn State losing. Ohio State will have to play somebody and probably knock somebody out. So we'll probably have LSU and Ohio State and Clemson. Nobody's going to beat Clemson because Clemson don't play nobody.
They don't play anyone.
So that 4th one is the one that's sort of up in the air. If Alabama wins out, more than likely Alabama's going to be number 4, and we're going to end up seeing a rematch of LSU-Alabama on week 1.
Oh man, that's just gonna.
Oh, that's juicy. That's juicy. But anyways, Alabama's playing Mississippi State, favored by 7.
Coming off
They'll
a loss.
beat them. Take Alabama minus whatever points the line is, because they're going to beat the living drums off of somebody because they just lost last week. So Mississippi State is the sacrificial lamb this week. We'll jump on to number 6. Like I said, all of them are playing this week. So we have number 6 now is Oregon. Oregon's taking on Arizona. Arizona is not a very good team. That's a 4-touchdown game.
You want to pick the Ducks?
Ducks are going to take that one pretty easily, yeah. And then we have the other Pac-12 team, Utah. Utah is number 7. The only person that might squeak in, I think, I don't know if Oklahoma can because they're looking sort of weak right now. Oregon, what if Oregon wins wins the Pac-12? With a 1 loss.
And we have an Alabama with a 1 loss without appearing in the SEC title.
Being in the title game.
Considering the college football playoffs bias towards Alabama over the years.
You might leave out a 1-loss Big Ten and a 1-loss Pac-12. I mean, not Big Ten, Big 12?
Big 12.
Leave out a 1-loss Big 12 Oklahoma. Leave out a 1-loss
Pac-12
Pac-12 Oregon. To take 2 SEC teams?
That would be a different thought.
It's gonna be. I want to just go to 18 playoff dudes. I mean, this is the perfect year of it. Look, you could have Oklahoma and Oregon 6 and 7, and then have an 8 in there somewhere, like a Penn State or somebody. Who wouldn't want to see LSU take on Penn State in round 1?
Round 1.
What the crap?
4 is the perfect amount of teams in here.
A bunch of junk. All right, Utah's going to beat the crap out of UCLA. That's about a 3-touchdown game. We'll jump on up to number 8. Oh, number 8 is Minnesota.
The Gophers are
the Golden Gophers are in the top 10 and within shooting distance of the playoffs.
Of the playoff?
All they got to do is win out, which might be a little tough. And it's starting this week. Minnesota is going to a tough road game. They're going to Iowa.
All right, here we go. Let's just see the Gophers get tested.
Now, I was actually favored to win by 3 points.
Who will you take? Do you take?
I'm taking Minnesota. Honestly, I watched that game a little bit last week where they played Penn State, and they actually looked good. I haven't watched Minnesota much this year. They actually looked like a pretty good team. Now, whether they spend all their energy on Penn State, they might be down this week. And I mean, it is prime. They're on the road in Iowa. It's prime for them to lose. But I still think Minnesota looks like a pretty good team. I'm going to swing for Minnesota there. Number 9 is now Penn State.
Penn State, they fell down quite a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, they just dropped from 4 to 9, so they dropped 5 spots, and they're taking on Indiana in Penn State. Indiana, again, is not a bad team. They're 7-2, but they're not that good of a team either. So, Penn State coming off of a loss at home.
They'll take care of them.
Penn State, yeah. And then we got number 10. Number 10, Oklahoma. And here we'll go ahead and take care of number 10 and number 13 at the same time. Number 10, Oklahoma.
Number 13, Baylor.
Undefeated Baylor. This might take care of Baylor.
I think Oklahoma will win the game on
Yeah.
the arm and running legs of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I don't see Baylor stopping Oklahoma too much. So that will be the end of one of the ranked teams. I think Minnesota hangs around, but I think Baylor goes down. We will take a little Oklahoma on that. Number 11 now is Florida. They've still got hopes and prayers of everything happening. They're going to Missouri. I think Missouri is
Really bad.
really bad right now, so we'll probably take Florida in that one. And then we'll jump to number 12, which we've already talked about, is Auburn, Georgia. We got Georgia in that one, and we've already talked about number 13. That was Baylor taking on number 10, Oklahoma. So all we have left is 14. Number 14, Wisconsin taking on Nebraska. It's at Nebraska, but I still think Wisconsin wins by 2 touchdowns.
I don't think Scott Frost is fit for the job at Nebraska, in my opinion.
He even said when they hired him, my scheme's not really a good fit for the Big Ten.
And they hired him
And they hired him.
anyways.
I don't know. Well, he's a graduate of there. So, and then we have, last but not least, lowly Michigan is taking on Michigan State. Michigan State's having a really bad year. They're under 500 right now, so I'll take me some Michigan in that one.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the top 15 recap.
Send us a like.
Send us a like. Hit the subscribe button, the like button.
Send us a thought down below.
Yes, leave a comment. Share us with your friends. Tell somebody about how stupid we are. And hit the groovy baby button. It'll be over
Somewhere
here.
on my head.
Somewhere else. Other than that, we are gone till next week.
See you next week.